So Labour has lost the West Midlands mayoral election, the winner being Conservative candidate Andy Street, who held on to the position. Now, instead of accepting the defeat with grace and class, a senior Labour source decided to do a racism and blame Hamas.
There that they believe that they're going to be defeated in the West Midlands mayoral race. We're not going to get the result of that until tomorrow. That's Andy Street. And they're citing the independent candidate Ahmed Yaqub, who stood on a pro-Gaza ticket, saying that has been a major factor. Now, there's a bit of a row brewing there. A senior party, Labour Party source has said it's the Middle East, not the West Midlands, that will have won Andy Street the contest. Once again, Hamas are the real villains. A Conservative source has gone back to our political editor there, saying that quote is vile, and they insist that the contest is extremely close.
Another Conservative source hit back and was actually the adult in the room by saying this is clearly disgusting because what it is. Because, look, it's treating Muslims as political football rather than human beings. Now, this source isn't the only one who has made this type of comment, but the message here is that British Muslims don't have any loyalty in this country. It must be the Middle East, as if Muslims don't have material needs, as if they don't have mortgages or have to pay rent and bills. No, to the political establishment, and especially senior figures in the Labour Party, they only represent a wedge issue. Now, this source also then conflates people who are opposing a genocide as Hamas. Yes, it's true that a high Muslim population will affect results. That is literally politics. It's no different if you were to look at a more affluent area where the average wage is higher and they vote Conservative, or cities with a high student population. Again, that's politics. Oh, but it's Muslims though. Oh, it has to be more sinister. Now, of course, Muslims are very concerned about the Palestinian people, as with many Jewish people, as with atheists like me, a whole diverse group of people who have a semblance of humanity. But that doesn't make you a supporter of Hamas. Now, how is this any different to the likes of Lee Anderson and the Suella Bravemans conflating Muslims with Islamists? It's not, which is why this was such a disgusting comment. But this isn't one person. There are many people in the Labour Party from senior roles who think like this. Remember another anonymous source who described Muslim Labour members leaving as shaking off the fleas. The truth is, Labour have been disgusting on the conflict. Starmer said Israel had a right to cut off water and electricity. He said that on LBC. He didn't retract or apologise or misspeak. That is what he said. He said it with his chest. Now, Labour has backed this genocide. Currently, Starmer supporters are saying, well, no, Labour supports a ceasefire. Tell me they don't. As if we're all stupid that we haven't witnessed the months before when they didn't support it, when they sabotaged a strong SNP motion of calling for a ceasefire on their opposition day to hijack it and then severely water it down. Do they still think we take Labour's word as if they haven't U-turned on absolutely everything? No, they've lost the trust of the people and anything they say is meaningless. They have backed Israel just as much as the Tories, and they are rightfully paying the price for it. Now, many people went elsewhere as they were disgusted, and obviously, yes, naturally, that would have included many Muslims. But instead of Labour looking at themselves, they're just like, well, you know what, it's better to be racist. All this will do is further alienate people, and it's deserved. But it's not just Labour. The media have also been incredibly racist during these elections. Liberal journos have made some pretty racist remarks. Ben Walker is a journalist for The New Statesman. He tweeted this. Now, this is in response to the Greens beating Labour in Ellswick, Newcastle. Walker's explanation is that it's a very Asian ward. Of course, it didn't have anything to do with Labour abandoning their base on all issues. It must only be Gaza. And he had no evidence that the people of Ellswick were appalled at Labour's position on Gaza. There was no indicators. He just saw that the Greens beat Labour and thought, do you know what? It must be those brown people. Now, Rachel Wearmouth, who has been nothing but a client journalist for the Labour Party, responded to the same result by saying, near Newcastle Central Mosque. That's the thing for the mainstream commentary out. They have no explanation to why people may be pissed off with the Labour Party. In their minds, it can only be issues of Palestine. But Labour has been losing their core support for years due to their abandonment of unions, attacks on benefit claimants, their Thatcherite economic policy. Now, here's a thought experiment. Imagine if we replaced the word Muslim with Jews. Imagine if someone had said, okay, well, this party didn't do so well, but it's England, not bloody Israel. You know exactly what would happen. There were multiple reasons as to why the Greens and Independents did well. Labour has kicked out anyone remotely left-wing over the years. Even, right, if October 7th hadn't happened, we would see the Greens and Independents still rack up wins. Labour have been terrible on absolutely everything. And for many, Israel was the last straw. If you have any integrity, you won't vote Labour in the next election because they're a bunch of racist scumbags who deserve to be consigned to the dustbin of history along with the Tories. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and drop a comment. It's good for the algorithm and I'm interested in what you have to say. If you're not already subscribed, please do and hit the notification bell. You can also support this channel by becoming a member for 99p per month. And if you're feeling a little more generous, then you can support us on Patreon for £3 or £5 per month. This channel for a while has been uploading every single day, and it's quite a lot of work that is still voluntary and scheduled around my paid work. But I have so much ambition, expect in the future to see more variety in content, such as interviews and Vox Pops. But I want this to be a fully fledged media organisation where not only is this my full-time job, but to have multiple people working for Turn Left. I like to see a live show in the future, more content that delves into culture, history, and much more. But that can only be done if there's money. So please, if you can, support us in any way that's in your capacity. And thank you to existing members, subscribers, and patrons. See you next time.